All right, so in this episode, we're going to be cooking again. This is a
Yes.
cooking episode. What are we making, Vaughn?
On this episode, we are making granola peanut butter chocolate balls. Delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, more oat. I would say peanut butter oat chocolate balls because there's
Yeah,
not any extra things in it to make it granola, so to say. Yeah. But
that's true.
definitely granola. Yeah.
But
Cool.
so here's the kicker with this. All right. Me and Brandy already discussed that we did a sugar-free challenge and we're, working on a lifestyle with less sugar. Like less sugar for me, no sugar, no added sugar for Brandy. So these balls are made with no added sugar. So you won't see us pull out 1/4 a cup of sugar,
Mhm.
maple syrup, agave, none of that. And they're delicious and they're sweet enough. How did we achieve that, Brandy?
Well, you know what's funny? We achieved it with a few things. Peanut butter already has like a natural sweetness to it, so that's it. We enhance that sweetness with a little bit of vanilla and cinnamon. And even though we're using a chocolate that has a little bit of sugar in it, it has low sugar because it's a dark chocolate. So that's how you end up
Yes.
getting the sweetness without any added sugar.
Yes, and my dog has decided to agree, and that's why there's that barking in the background. Saint loves it too, right?
Even though chocolate will kill him, he's
Nothing will
still
kill
into
him,
it.
but he's still agreeing. That's why he's barking. Okay?
I guess it's the peanut butter part that's got him all worked up.
Definitely, definitely. But one thing I did appreciate the fact that I felt like I could have the dessert and I could have the decadence of a dessert and feel less guilty about it.
And you'll see this video, Vaughn is actually doing all the cooking. So you'll see like how simple this really is.
See, Brandy is so, yeah, Brandy. Okay, it was easy for the easy answer. With you.
All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this cooking.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. This is a good one. You're going to want to rewind it so you can make it for yourself. This is our 6 ingredient dessert. That's a really good dessert, Brandy.
I know, I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. All right, Vaughn. So we are going to start by making our chocolate ganache. So you're gonna take chocolate chips.
Okay, all of these?
Yeah, just dump them all in. Just dump them in a bowl. Yep.
Just
Dump them in, and then you're gonna take some of the. Use the spoon that's already inside of there.
Don't make extra dishes.
No, not.
Okay, is this
Lock
enough?
it in. No, we'll see. So start there. They want this to be a very just don't fuss with it. Just dump it in, right? Now I'm gonna take this. If you have she's over here pulling up a spoon. This is a simple recipe. You're not doing extra work.
Okay. All right.
And I love us this moment because it tells us so much as like people like we feel like we need to be doing all this stuff what the count is going.
I want to do all the things.
You don't. Just don't work that hard.
Okay.
Dump the chocolate chips into the thing. Put in your coconut milk. Now in this recipe, this coconut milk is replacing heavy whipping cream, which is usually how we make chocolate ganache. Now, if you have access to a microwave, put this into a microwave, and then the spoon we're gonna start with. But if you don't want to use a microwave, you can do the same thing on the stove with a double boiler. We're gonna put this in the microwave and come back. Right now, we just put this in the microwave for 45 seconds. Take the spoon now and stir it together.
See, bossy Brandy. Brandy is the oldest in her family. That's why she's super bossy.
I'm not bossy.
And I just happen to be the youngest in my family. So I'm used to people trying to boss me around.
How was that feeling?
It feels good. I feel like I just want to like do it like a little because I dare say I was a baker.
Nice.
So I just want to like
all of the chips like melted, or like do you feel like if you stirring it that it's getting
it's getting
okay,
melted.
cool.
But it's making a lot of noise. I wish
That's fine. Noise is fine. Noise is part of cooking. Cooking is a full sensory experience.
Oh, Brandy playing.
We want to be able to touch. We want to be able to smell. We want to be able to hear, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
so
It's okay.
we'll take Brandy's word for it, people. But yeah,
You see that nice shine that's happening there? You see how that went from like a dull kind of chocolate, and as she continues to stir the fat, incorporate the fat in it, it's becoming like this nice shine. That's how you know, like, that you've gotten a nice ganache, that nice little shine. Now, somebody will totally come for, like, a traditional pastry chef will kill us when we do this in the microwave. But we're busy people, right? And we don't always have access to a double boiler. And sometimes when we want a snack, when you pulling a double boiler out, you pull out the double boiler wrong when you want a snack.
I don't even know what a double boiler is.
Exactly. Like, pull out. What the hell is that? Okay. Yep. Yes. All right. Cool. So that's enough. That's enough fussing with it, as I call it.
Okay.
Keep the spoon in.
Bossy brand.
Okay. Set it to the side.
Okay. Set the spoon to the side.
No, the whole thing. We're gonna shift it to the side and start on our next part. Now we're gonna make the peanut butter filling. So take this peanut butter. And like I say, this is a no recipe. This is like, oh my God, I want a quick dessert.
How many?
Heaping amount. That's good. A little more.
I like a lot of peanut butter.
Do one more then. Do 3 heaping amounts.
This is like no peanut butter left.
All right, that's the purpose of food. We buy it so we can consume it, and then we buy it again. It keeps it fresh. It's a great point.
Can you be less sarcastic?
I'm not being sarcastic. Like, people let the whole door, like, let me buy 25 gallons. Who's eating 25 gallons of anything? Like, it seems like a good deal, but, like, it's good to rotate through your food quickly.
Yeah.
So, we're going to scoop in some of that milk again. One of those. Yep. And then we're going to stir it together. We want this to get whipped up and nice and like a whipped peanut butter.
This is harder to stir.
It is.
Let me put my back into
You
it.
do. You get a nice little workout before you have your little sweet treat.
I mean, if you ain't work for it, is it worth it?
Not really.
That's the rule. Like, you eat sweets as often as you're willing to work for
Yeah,
it.
you gotta walk to get it, or you gotta make it. That's my rule.
Yes.
Because otherwise, you will be just eating tasty cakes ad nauseum. Now, I love how we're seeing this. We're seeing this play. So you see how Vaughn is whipping this up, and it's like getting thick and hard to go through, right? We've incorporated the coconut cream. Maybe you've used some almond milk or something like that. When you get to this point, we stop, and we're going to add in a little bit of water. Now, if you happen to have a thinner coconut milk or a thinner, like, almond milk, you could just add that in, but water works fine, especially because we have a really full-fat version of coconut milk. So I'm going to give you this water. Just a little bit at a time. That's good. Don't stir it up. And you'll start to see it's going to loosen up, but it's also going to start to become like a light tan, and it's going to be like whippy.
Are you serious? This is work on work on work.
Yeah. You have to. This is a good process for us appreciating what people do when they feed you, right? Like when you go to restaurants, like there's a lot that. Well, I don't know. Sometimes these restaurants these days are a little janky, but go to a restaurant, people care. And they back there putting some love in this. Or even think about like the food you get for your mom or your grandma, or like your aunts. Like they be working.
That's true. I have to put this in there.
You're eating it, so fine. Now, if you're serving somebody else, we would like to have gloves on when we do that. But you know, this is for you. This is your own personal snack. Keep adding a little more water. The goal is to get it to be a little lighter.
I think I added too much.
That's fine. I think that's a good amount. I think we're gonna get that nice whipped consistency. After you see that lightness, that tan, we went from like a little brown, like toasted color. Yes, you see that? You see that's what's happening here? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It smells good.
Mm-hmm. Good old peanut butter.
I'm a peanut butter person.
Yeah, I like peanut butter too.
It's one of those things that since I did the sugar-free challenge,
Like
I appreciate
so much more, right?
Even more.
Because there's a sweetness to peanuts that a lot of people may miss if they're so used to having it with sugar.
Yes,
Right?
definitely. It's supposed to be like whipped and not like lumpy like this.
Yeah. That means you need a little more water. It's okay. Just breathe through it. You're going to end up with a delicious treat at the end.
Breathe through it.
Breathe through it. Like
you breathe through it. Bossy Brandy. That's her new name.
Bossy Brandy.
Yes.
It's a good old alliteration.
Because you know, when it comes to cooking, that's when the boss comes out.
told this. But I just think it's more about me just helping us to be like really efficient in the kitchen.
Okay, that's your story, and we're sticking with it.
So what can you get in there and like whip, or you not able to whip it? Is it the bowl that's not allowing you to really stir? But that's a nice, that's
I can't really whip it.
that's fine. But you see, we are identifying like the texture change. It feels different from before, right? It's lighter, right?
But there's also
It's
a
fine.
KitchenAid.
Nope. No, we're not using a KitchenAid for a snack that we just threw out. Like we woke up and was like, oh my God, I really want a snack. We are not turning on the KitchenAid. That defeats the purpose.
Okay.
Yes, beautiful. This is beautiful.
See how bossy Brandy
No,
is? You can't even use the technology that's helping you.
You must make a cake if you go to pull a KitchenAid. This is a snack.
I'm not
All right.
pulling it out. It's right on the counter.
It's beautiful. All right, so that's good. So now what we're going to do is add in some vanilla, and we're going to add in some cinnamon. I'm going to get some flavor in. What is vanilla doing to this dish, Sean? Just a couple of drops. Vanilla is so expensive these days.
Is it?
It is. It's out of control. We can be a little more generous. We can do like 4 drops. So maybe it's several drops.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What you got? You got your 4 drops?
4 drops.
All right, beautiful. Cinnamon. Just sprinkle it as per your request. Like if you like cinnamon, throw more. If you don't, throw less. But cinnamon's gonna add to the sweetness. Okay? Good.
That's like a whole tablespoon of cinnamon.
Beautiful.
Because I like cinnamon.
Me too. Stir that in, mix that in, gives us even more flavor. So it's not just peanut butter, but it's peanut butter with cinnamon.
And Brandy made it sound like, oh, I'm going to let you do this recipe, like she was having faith in me. But this is because stirring this is not the easiest.
That's not right. This is so we can show you how simple this is. You don't have to measure anything.
And honestly, if you're eating something that's sweet, the rule is you should eat it as often as you're willing to make it.
That is the rule.
That's the rule.
All right, so we got this incorporated nicely in here. It's good enough.
Okay, so
now we're gonna add the oats in. The oats is gonna really absorb the rest of the moisture that we're kind of seeing to bring it together to a consistency that we can roll it. So you want to take it and crunch it up in your hand, right? Because it kind of works as like breadcrumbs, but it also like really break it down. You're just taking it from your hand and then dropping it in. Like really break it. Yeah, break them up. All right, let's start with that.
okay.
And like I said, we're feeling our way through this. We can give you an exact recipe, but you're going to end up with like 38 balls. And you don't need that. Nobody needs that many.
Really?
I don't think you do. Not for your own person.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You might need it for a party, but why you need 38 balls, right? You don't. So this is, like I say, this is one of those easy answers to your sugar craving, right? Easy answer to your desire for dessert.
Okay,
You see how we working that in, baby?
Brandy feel like she's doing big things. She's doing big things. Okay, so.
Okay, you got the peanut butter going in there. Give it a touch with your hand.
Yeah.
Try to roll it into a ball and see what you come out with.
Okay, so.
It's good. It's gonna stay together. You feel like it's too wet. You feel like it needs more moisture. You feel like it needs more.
I feel like it's gonna stay.
You feel like it's gonna stay? Beautiful. Yeah. All right, perfect. So you take these. We're gonna roll them. And we're gonna get them onto a plate. So we're not gonna let you guys we can roll a couple, put them on a plate, and we'll be right back. All right. So we rolled up these balls. Vaughn did most of the work, but I did support her. And now we're gonna just drop them into the refrigerator. Just so they set up a little bit before we dip them in the chocolate. All right, so we just pulled these out of the freezer. They've just been sitting there setting up. So now what you're gonna do is dip them into the chocolate sauce. So
okay,
take them out, take them off. Yeah, just take them off your hand. You're eating them. Remember, these are for you. Drop them in there. Roll around with the spoon. The fork is just to take it out. Okay. It helps you that way. I just don't want you to, yeah, y'all know I don't like to do a lot of work.
Brandy, you're not doing the work.
My point is like you're doing extra. Like I don't want you to do extra work, right, guys? I want us to just like, okay, we just covered it, great. We covered it with the spoon, and then we're gonna take it out with the fork. It's easier to take it out with the fork.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. And bam. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna repeat it. Drop it in. Roll it around with just the spoon. The fork is just to help you lift it out.
Can I lift the way I lift?
Totally. Use your fork. Get in there. Work harder than you need to. I'm here for it.
She's lucky I've been doing her a long time, okay? This level of sarcasm is too much for a... You would think she was a New Yorker. She's a Baltimore girl. Okay?
Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to not have you watch us do this whole thing. We're going to finish them up and then come back with another shot. All right, so we done covered all of these things with chocolate. And this last one onto our plate. And we're going to put those back into the freezer. And then we're going to show you what they look like and give it a taste. All right, so you made these yummy, simple dessert balls and bites. And we just pulled them out of the freezer.
They only had 6 ingredients.
That's it.
Simple? I wouldn't say they were simple.
It was simple. Like it was the first time you were making it, and she was a little concerned because she had to do some work, which wasn't really work. She was stirring up peanut butter, right?
So I don't like giving you I would not say it was simple. I would say, it was, stirring and stirring and stirring, and,
I mean, now, if you wanted to dirty up a dish, you could easily throw this into a food processor. Personally, I like this because it's just as simple as throwing all the ingredients into a bowl and then just, like, making it what it is that you want it to be.
That's why she likes it. But she's a chef, so she knows how to cut and cook and do everything a little bit
better
than us.
Stirring. Stirring isn't a special skill.
I think it's a special skill.
It is not.
I think they learned it in culinary school. I think these people, we stir and we stir normal, and you were just like, make sure that you eat it like this. I think it's a little bit special, but that's fine. So let's try our ball.
Yes, let's try our ball. All right. They're yummy. Right? Mm-hmm. They feel criminal, actually.
I put the whole thing in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. It's very decadent.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong with chocolate and peanut butter.
It's always
you just can't go wrong with chocolate and peanut
and
butter.
oatmeal.
Yeah, and you got the oatmeal and give it like.
And you know me, I like a lot of cinnamon.
You can taste the cinnamon in there.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's good. I'm sorry for giving you so much mess about this.
And it was easy. She wanted. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk to these steps. You know the simplicity of this.
The
simplicity.
Okay, talk to the simplicity.
Chocolate chips, milk. Put them into a container. Put them in the microwave. Let it melt. Stirred it together. Set it to the side. We took some peanut butter, a little bit more milk, cinnamon, vanilla. Stirred it up. Put some oats into it, rolled it into a ball, put those balls into the freezer, let them sit there for about 5-10 minutes to siphon up, drop them into the chocolate, put those into the freezer, bam. Come on.
All that's true, but I was working.
I know, yeah, I know. She was it's like a chain gang. You was like,
I can't. And on that note, we are ending this episode of Easy as the Podcast because Brandy's level of sarcasm and condescension has got to an all-time high. Okay?
be easy, everybody.
Yes. I'm going to have another one because I worked so hard.
You did. You earned it.